this is Ree here. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you. Om Adyaye Namaha. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It really helps me a lot. Don't forget to check out my website, paradoxastrology.com. Book your consultation today. I can help you with anything. And if you'd like more exclusive occult videos that I don't post on YouTube, consider subscribing to my Patreon. It also helps to support this channel. Okay, so let's get into this video. Now, this video is about the full moon, which will be happening on January 13th in Gemini in Punarvasu. So Gemini, all about communication, transport, travel, short distances, learning. But what's very interesting is that within this pada, now, understand that each nakshatra has padas, different sections, which are divisions of that nakshatra. And each division has its own story, which is taught by Lord Shiva. Now, this pada involves a story about a barber who only cares for personal gain and kills a rich trader to steal his $10 million coins and spent it all in one night. The story also speaks of his wife, who is of loose moral character and harsh words. It's about people who only make friends with others in order to steal their money. And if you do this, one of the karmic consequences in the next lifetime is that you will not have children and you will suffer from diseases that have to do with coughing. Now, this also has to do with those who have Ponzi schemes, who scam others and make money from others and then move on to the next. We could actually be revising some meme coin scams because there's been a lot of those going on, or new ones, as Punarvasu translates into good again or wealthy again. Its alternative symbol is a house that has many themes around returning home safely. Now, it's about getting something back that was owed to you from the past or doing something over, involving repetition. Mars is making a very close conjunction in this nakshatra, but in Cancer, in the second house, showing us that this can be related to money and possessions. This can come from work or a conflict or an enemy, a court case, for example. This can deal with a past relationship or business partnership or objective. Also dealing with women, houses, family. Now, doesn't that sound like the LA fires, where the government is stealing from the rich in order to take their land because they feel that it's owed to them, so that they can take the property and build the 15-minute cities, which are actually an open-air prison. So there's two sides to this. Some will be able to retrieve what was owed to them from the past, but this is also showing some people can get scammed, like those in the LA fires. The sun is in Uttara Ashadha in Sagittarius. Leaders use this nakshatra when something that they want to see a later victory in. This is what this nakshatra is about, a later victory. And with Mercury, we have Mercury here in Purva Ashadha, which is the final victory. So these nakshatras are always used to guarantee success by the government and elites. And I told you guys this in my last video about January, when I was going over the transits about January. And I've said this many times that this is always used when they want to acquire something. This is why the American president is always sworn in while the sun is in Uttara Ashadha. For Trump, this will be on January 20th, and they say it will start at 12 p.m., which puts the MC in the 10th house exactly in Uttara Ashadha, in the 10th house, conjunct the sun. But this also puts the ascendant lord in detriment in the 4th house of the people. Very interesting, because that shows that the leader will have victory, but the people will be struggling, which I do believe that is what the intention is. And now I'm not on either side politically. I can see the agenda, and the people that push both sides are the people at the top, have their hands on both sides and control the entire chess game. We have to wake up to this and stop having a mentality of duality. Uttara Ashadha is about dealing with leadership issues and responsibilities and the traditions of the forefathers and ancestors. It helps to remove obstacles and start new beginnings, because this is related to Ganapati, who is the elephant. This is why I wear this. A lot of people don't realize that because my ascended Lord is in Uttara Ashadha. It has a lot to do with aggressive acts in the matters of war. And also, the sixth house lord is in detriment in this chart, so we'll see a lot of these. Many will be going to spiritual guides to gain practical advice for the material plane from those who are honest and uphold traditional values and dharma. Themes around safety are coming home after a mission. Punarvasu deals with divine astras, which are weapons used in ancient times, which magically return after fulfilling their function or mission. And this reminds me of the weather manipulation technology, which we'll see being used a lot this year. It's good for starting over again. It's about renewal and new beginnings. So anything that you're going through, just like the people who are going through the fires in LA who lost their homes, is very, very tragic, especially because we know who's doing it to their own people. Just remember that it will get better. And this is the first light after the storm. It's about nurturing and harmony. Many themes around money and abundance, but the money is not that great in this chart. Good for spiritual activities, as this is the beginning of Kumbh Mela, which is the largest spiritual gathering with millions of people that will be attending in India. And this festival is based on the churning of the ocean, which is mentioned in the scriptures. It's a spiritual cleansing of karma and enlightenment as well. So this always happens when Jupiter is in Taurus. It happens every around 12 years or so when Jupiter is in Taurus and the sun is in Capricorn. So this gives immense power to spiritual practices that can destroy karma of many lifetimes. So it's a very auspicious time to be doing spiritual practice to change your life for the better until February 26th. So even if you're not there, doing the spiritual practices, even to the ancestors, to get rid of Pitradosh and other afflictions in your chart, this is the best time to do that. Or Shanidev, anything to do with Shanidev, homas, pujas, anything like that can really help. If you have a bad or a malefic Saturn, you can change it. So this is good for buying homes and cars, because we have the fourth house lord in Purva Ashadha, but that is because of real estate is bad. So everything is low, like low prices right now. So it's good for some, not good for others. This moon is about working and helping others in weaker aspects of society. Any planet that comes into this nakshatra will have sympathy for its significance. So we have moon here, which is those who lost their homes, mothers, real estate, families, cows, etc. Mars is making a close conjunction with the moon in Cancer, like I said, which is in detriment in the second house. So it's showing us that money, assets, family, Cancer is also real estate. And there are major problems in these areas which are causing anger and frustration. There is going to be conflicts with debt and loans to do with homes. These conflicts also involve strikes over money and resources that may be owed, labor troubles with alliances and groups, the national employment, military and civil services like police and the medical industry could see problems. Themes around bank loans and verifying identity of others. Forgiveness and helping others to feel accepted in society who normally don't feel this way is important. Do what's dharmic and right for society. But Mars is aspecting Saturn and Venus in the 9th house, so morality and righteousness may be tested. Anger towards laws that are being transformed and made permanent that have to do with the entertainment industry, gambling, sports, the stock market, immigration, homelessness, and displaced people. There's going to be some anger around these laws. It's also about hitting a target or goal that was set. It's the arrow. That could be the arrow of desire, the arrow of ambition. And some will be able to hit these targets and have a final victory. Matters of war over resources and resources that we have on hand. And also the victory can come in relationships and business. Now, there's a Danya Yoga which is being formed as we have the 11th house lord in the 2nd house, which is a yoga of money yoga. But it's in debilitation. What's good news is it's far from the degree of debilitation, which is 28 degrees. So it's not as bad, but we must be cautious of impulsive spending. So for some, if you have the right chart, you could see money coming into, say, a family business or gaining possessions or money, depending on your chart. So Rahu is in the 10th and Jupiter is in the 12th. So there's an ending of old leaders and new ones who are completely different take over, which is like Trump And the endings also, like Trudeau recently. Well, it doesn't seem like he's going away right away. That's what I saw in the charts. It's going to take a while later on this year. But also different celebrities and people in authority positions will be changing. Leaders in government will be signing contracts and creating bills and laws that they want to last for a long time. And some of these will be hidden in the public in regards to money and resources. Biden is also doing this as he's leaving, creating a lot of bills, and possibly Trudeau as he's doing something a little bit sneaky as he's leaving. Laws can also be passed in regards to the entertainment industry. These are for those who work with the masses and foreign nations. I think this has to do with TikTok. With K2 in the fourth, it's showing that there's a chance of fires in homelands or weather disasters that can cause loss. Russia will have the Sun conjunct its natal Saturn, bringing a conflict to Putin in the matters of war and the wealth of the country. This can affect families and create loss. Mars will be opposing its natal Saturn in the 7th house of war, aggressive acts with foreign nations. Also, around the end of the month, the Sun will conjunct its natal Rahu, and these events will intensify. So the professions that this will include are trades and salespeople of all kinds. So that's why you have to be careful of people trying to scam you. Anyone dealing with any spiritual matter, so gurus, astrologers, because everyone is coming together and doing their rituals in Sanatan Dharma. There will be themes around travel and tourism, which I can see being successful, but hotels and restaurant industry is going through a hard time right now. The transportation industry could see a victory. Construction companies kind of down right now. It'll get better later on this year, don't worry. Teachers in schools, universities, themes around that. Psychologists and people helping people in spiritual matters because people will be looking for this advice. Import and export. Themes around farmers, cattle. These things are taking a hit right now. Home delivery, that's doing well. Landlords, not doing so well. Communication jobs, they could see a success in that. Postal service, there might be some conflicts there, and anything to do with religion, spirituality, and also themes around space and satellites. So that's just a little bit about what I see coming up for this full moon. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next one.